Thomas Jefferson. Who's my red group?
Everybody.
Everybody's getting it? Uh-oh. What's going on in the groups? Hold on. Got it. So red, you're going to stay with Thomas Jefferson. Take you off. Blue, get a new page. You are now George Washington. Did it come?
Not yet.
Really pretty background.
No student card to find for this. Here we go. Blue?
I got it.
Up. You got
Nobody?
up.
Okay.
There's my blue group.
Maybe we're not in a group.
You're not in a group. You're probably yellow or another group. Yeah. So you see how we can send out groups, so I could pull any card. Not need a card. I select the color group. Let's try yellow.
Can you do two groups? Send two groups the same color? I mean the same card?
Yeah, you can just select them.
That way?
Yeah, see?
Okay.
That's why I was worried I had too many. And then send teacher card. And who got that card? Yay! So you see how you can set up your groups there? So I want you to think about too your learning stations. So what I could do actually with my learning station is I could have a couple of iPads here with already those cards set up. You know, if I wanted to take, I'd have to put it all one lesson though. So if this station was a social studies, I already have that set up on the iPads. Then my next couple of cards could be my science experiment, you know, with the steps and what they're going to do. Over here could be a card that's got a document viewer in it with just a PDF with they're working out math problems, and then they're just rotating around, which makes it really nice. So my groups are going to actually just be like my tables, and they can rotate to either the computers or the iPads as well.
For your cards, can you just import PDF pages
Mhm.
there?
Yep.
Okay.
But import it right in. All right, so you haven't had a chance to do sorting, okay? So another good thing with, and this is when I really find out who's my fourth grade teachers, because they know where their regions are, okay? Familiar, right? Something that, you know, I took off the SOLs, right? I typed these, oh, this was actually, let me take that back. This is actually a flip chart page that was a container. How many of you do containers? Containers in Active Inspire, if the answers are wrong, it kicks it back out, right? Well, it doesn't bring over that feature, but it does bring those in as separate text boxes, right? And they can click and drag. Now, before, if you were doing container lessons, you would have to wait for one student, what? At a time to come up here. What I can do now is actually have my students sort, and then once they sort and we bring it in as a whole class, I could say, all right, where do you think the coastal plain is? And what are they doing? They're checking their own, okay? And then if it's wrong, it would kick it back out, all right? So this is sorting is still under create. And what they're going to simply do is just click and drag. So I don't know, they can size it, right? So a stylus would be great to use with any type of kind of click and drag activity. So I want you to go ahead and match the regions for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of the click and drag? It's a little bit on the iPads, it's gonna be a little bit more, you know, where they're gonna
Yeah.
blow it up and size it.
You can go there after moving.
So the iPad, yeah, you can see it's a little bit harder to kind of grab. That's where a stylus would come in.
I didn't try.
All right, so I'm gonna take a look.
You're on your. You don't, you probably don't have this. It's probably these.
All right, some fourth grade teachers are gonna check us. I'm glad your name's not here, but you're by numbers unless somebody knows your number. So let's take a look at a couple of these. All right, what do you think, fourth grade? Is that one good? Ding, ding, ding.
No.
Oh, this one we may want to add to the teacher card and go over it, right? Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, that one looks good. So that, I just gave you a little taste of how they could click and drag. Then what I could do is go back to stop that lesson and see it's right here, and then I could say, all right, as a class, so my little finger, that's like this select tool. That's how we move things around. So I'm like, all right, class, let's vote as a whole. Should it go here? Should it go there? What do you see is out of order? Again, you can pick up your pen tool, so forth, so on. All right, so the next one that I had for you and that I was going to send to you, and you just do the create piece, was after I had you sort it, then I was going to have you do what? This is all from the SOLs, isn't it? I know you see this. So they're usually at their desk, what? Coloring or writing everything in. Now I could send it to their what? iPad, right? They could type in what the region is, and they could type in maybe some examples of what would be over here on the coastal plains, blah, blah, blah. Makes it a lot more interactive than just a worksheet.
You would have to hit
The create.
button.
So I just hit the create. All right.
Would they be able to print that out once? Because one of the nice things about having it on paper is that they can have it in their notebook.
Yeah, what you would do, you would have to add it all to your teacher card, your lesson, and then print it out. Yeah, yeah. Last thing it can do, and that's it because I've showed you all the free stuff. In Active Inspire with the expressions, we could do what we called self-paced question sets. How many of you were doing those? It was kind of hard on the expressions because they had to keep what? Clicking the arrow down. We couldn't put in a graph. We couldn't put in a table, right, in the questions. But you can in ClassFlow, okay? So this is how the self-paced set looks like in ClassFlow. I pre-prepared these questions. Now we're talking about our personalized instruction where our students are taking an assessment or just I'm checking for understanding, right, at their own pace. So I went in, I created these. I'm going to hit still the poll. Because it was pre-prepared, I'm going to start my question set. And you're going to work through those 5 little questions. So it should be here on your device. Questions up at the top. Now, this is where I would go in and I would freeze, because you brought up a great point, I would freeze my, right? I would freeze my lessons so they only see this. As a teacher, as you're taking the assessment, this is what I'm looking for. Can somebody get one wrong for me? For sure, okay. So I'm looking here. So you guys can stop. I mean, don't stop, but just look up here. I can see that student 4, the grade out, that was not a graded question, right? It was just an opinion question. But I can click on it and I can see how many years or months have you lived in Virginia? 46, okay? Is that years? All right. Here, that student actually got the second question right. But some of y'all are copying now. So here, I can see that one of their, out of the 3, they named Williamsburg, which was right. The little dot here, that means that that's the question that they're working on. So I know that they're pausing. So as they're pausing, if I keep watching as a teacher, I could say, well, maybe they're really struggling. Or I could go over here, student 24, okay, is maybe be struggling a little, I don't know. I can look and I can see what they're answering. So this way, if I know that a student is getting all of them wrong, I can stop them and remediate right then and there with that individual student. Well, I haven't stopped the whole class and what? Had to stop and remediate. I can also look as a teacher, ooh, what do I need to go and reteach? Like you could with any of those other ones if you were looking at the bar graph or the pie graph on the percentage. So that's how your self-paced set looks, okay? And that's just going in and pre-preparing a question.
That confident question, how comfortable are you with your answers?
Mm-hmm.
They don't look down at the bottom of that slide.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I'm confident in the slides, but then
You look down at what it
Have you
was.
just
don't.
Yeah.
Did you have difficulty with the iPad on the slider?
you did.
Mine was.
Did yours get hung up?
Well, it's very, very sporadic.
That's why sometimes whenever you're dragging, and here a stylus works so much better. All right, so how did we do this? I'm going to show you very quickly how you can actually go in and create a very quick lesson, okay? There are tons of YouTube videos, and again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I know that right now you guys are worrying about what? Coming back to school, right? So that's why I'm not going to spend a lot of time. You can bring me back. This is when we can dig a little deeper. I just wanted to give you an overview of what it does, okay? If you search ClassFlow how-to, you will probably find over 50 videos of how to do a lesson, okay? Now, it's not going to mean that much to you today because I'm going to get blocked loading any videos or anything like that. But you guys, if you did an account, what I would like for you to do is leave ClassFlow and sign in as a teacher, and you can follow along with me, okay? So to sign in as a teacher, you are going to be www.classflow.com. Then sign in with your account. Remember, take the demo out of it because you're going into your site.
Is there a big difference in what you see on the computer as opposed to a tablet in terms of the site?
So there would be a big difference. The tablet, not as much, maybe a little bit. It's kind of cut off. Where you see the big difference is if a student is using a phone or an iPod. It's way too small for them to see the question. Yeah. Yes. guys get logged in as a teacher? Okay. And you can use your computers if you think it's too small on your iPads.
I'm trying the teacher app. There are two of them. There's a teacher and teacher HD.
You want
I didn't even go on the app, I just went to the website.
Yeah, once
I
you
mean, to-
Easy for it.
Are you skipping the apps?
Yeah.
Oh, you're good, you're good. Right. This wouldn't work unless you were connected, right?
I'm doing the same way.
Great, but, yeah.
Okay.
So-
I just want to try that.
Yeah.
Is the teacher app going away too?
No,
No?
no, 'cause
Just
it's just a remote,
Just the student app's going.
just the
There
student.
are two different ones. There was one that was a teacher, it said teacher class flow, and another that said teacher class flow
HD.
remote.
Remote is the one that you want, okay? And it's the free one.
It's just sitting there, right here.
Yeah, I would stop that, it's just spinning, yeah, I would just stop it and download the other one. Okay, everyone with me? All right, so when you open up ClassFlow, now you're a teacher. The first thing that it actually does, it gives it goes to the first tab, which are classes, okay? So first you see a little pen. You see that pen? If you click on it, basically what ClassFlow is doing is it's a whiteboard. So that pen just gives you a blank card to start what? Just keep writing, right? Like a whiteboard, all right? Now, if we go back, and you can see that you can save it, you can print it out. This is where your classes that you can actually go in and you can create your classes. Now, you guys don't have calendar, right? That's the paid, so that's how you look different than I do. But you can go to your overview, and that's where up here I can add a class. Now, on the free site, you have to enter in each and every student's name. Okay? Remember, you get what you pay for, right? And I always tell people after my training, I'll give you my 1 cent's worth, right? 1 penny. So you got to put the names in. If you want multiple classes, because I hear my 5th grade teachers are teaming, so they would have to set up what? 2 different classes. Each class that you create will have a different code. Okay? Now, if you don't want to set up a class, you can always choose a class that's called Haddock, which is no class. Okay? And it will give you a code. And that code is the code that you use in Active Inspire. Okay? And you'll see. So you don't need a class. All right? Now, under classes, before I move on, right? You guys just did a set of 16 questions for me. In that class tab, that's where you find your results. Like in Active Inspire, you find it in the voting browser. This, you're going to it's going to be what we call your dashboard, and it's going to be right up here. And that's where I can go in and I could see, right, where all the voting that I did in that one lesson. And I can also download it. In Active Inspire, they call it export to an Excel or export to a spreadsheet. This, you can download it and it will download into a spreadsheet, okay? So you have that feature as well, downloading and looking at the students' results. All right. If I go back, and that's unlike Active Inspire. In Active Inspire, if you close that flip chart and you didn't save it with the results in it, you what? You lose it. You don't have to worry about it in ClassFlow. It's saving it on my dashboard under classes, okay? All right, Drive is where you create your lessons. So under here, if you see create, if I click here, there's where I can make a new lesson, or I can import those flip chart pages that I wanted my students to interact with them. Okay, and I just pulled these pages out and I made a new flip chart, right? So to import a flip chart, and you can just watch me, because you guys can go back and do it. Hit desktop, and I think I've got one. Plus what training. Right? So I choose a flip chart and I'm going to hit open. It loads it for me. And it puts it right there in my drive. You can see here that if I want to go back and edit that lesson, right? Play means that it's going to take me to the presenter, right? With all the polling and things like that. If I want to edit that lesson, I can hit edit. And edit, this is where I can go in here and I can add another card. Adding that card, it always gives me this little pop-up menu. What do I want to do? Edit, that's where I did those pre-prepared questions. Or, let's say I want to find a website or a video on healthy eating. So I go here, over here to my folder. And at my folder, and I want you to watch this, to add a video in ClassFlow, in Active Inspire, I would have to go to YouTube, or I would have to go find the video, then I have to go insert link, then insert that in as a placeholder or as a text, so multiple steps, right? In ClassFlow, if I need to find a video, right here in my drive, these are resources that are already uploaded, okay? If I click here, I can go to ClassFlow Resource Packs. I'm going really slow so it gets up on its own video, okay? Promethean actually gave us resources just like in Active Inspire. So that's where all these folders come from.
Seems to kick us out.
Yeah, every time we go, yeah.
So you guys got kicked out
Yeah,
of?
every time you go to something on the drive, it knocks out, makes you log.
Are you a student or a teacher?
As ourselves.
We are.
As we log in, teachers,
As a
yeah.
teacher.
All right, let's go back, let's go back. Oh, make sure on your device, you did log out as student, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't have, yeah.
Yeah, so you
different
just,
device,
that
yeah.
tab isn't open. You've locked out, you're out as student, right?
Correct.
Okay, let's do it again, let's see what happens. All right, so
Under drive.
let's go to Drive and let's say new lesson.
Create new lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Kick me out. Kick me out again.
Did it kick you out again?
Not yet.
Make sure you guys don't have the shield. Shield's not up there?
No.
Okay, refresh for me.
But now I don't see live on your, the resource page that.
Yeah, if you click on resource, it logs out.
ClassFlow resource pack.
Yeah.
I keep it. It's out there.
Yeah, but before, that wasn't where we were at
Is yours
before.
going on?
We were in resource, yeah, I'm up for resources. Okay, hold on.
From here, they can't please ask.
The templates. Okay, so when it kicked me out, or kicked you out, we were all going into resources, right?
Yes.
Let's try
Yeah,
it.
logged out.
ClassFlow Drive is where we were.
So then ClassFlow Resources.
ClassFlow Resource Pack.
It's the resource drive.
So it's right here under Make sure your page is clicked
Classical
on.
resource.
So then I went to the little folder.
And it kicked me out. It kicked me out before I got a chance to go to the folder.
Okay, I'm on the page.
This is inside.
I gotta have a shorter login if this happens.
No, that's why we're testing this, right? This is why we're testing it.
What did you say to call a sample class, Hedok?
Do you have to create the class first before you can go in?
No, we are just building.
So it just keeps.
Let me see what I didn't do.
Go back.
It doesn't matter if you don't have a class or not. And when you hit under Drive, let's see, you're the one getting kicked out too, right? Yes. Okay, so go here. Then new lesson. And then let's cancel those templates. Cancel. And then go to the folder. Alright, and then you said you were going to resources?
Click that folder.
Click.
Click it again.
Okay.
Alright, hold on, that's alright. Alright, try the next thing for me. Alright, so this is classflow.com.
Drive.
I named it. It hasn't kicked me out, but I need to.
So,
Yeah,
when you
so when I
choose
went-
It didn't kick me out.
okay, so when you choose a resource, it's not kicking you out?
And I just switched to iPad and it's not kicking me off.
And you guys just changed to Windows 10, right?
No.
Windows 10 is not here?
No.
I'm trying to troubleshoot, okay.
It's Windows 7 is what we have.
So
here.
Windows 7,
And I can't get my computer to log on to Windows 10, so.
okay, and, all right, on the card, try the next thing for me.
Bing images or?
Yeah,
the-
try a Bing image, and let's see. I'm gonna take, will you do it for me again so I can
Oh,
take a snapshot
I
of
did
it
it.
and record it?
YouTube video kicks you out too.
Try the images as well.
So I have an image and I just.
And you guys are actually, you're on a card, right? Not up here.
That's your drive. If you go to resources.
All right. That's all right. I'm gonna take a picture and report this.
You got the Bing images?
What do you want me to do?
All right. So let's put in
Community.
put in a resource for me because I want to get that message.
Like under resource pack, I did that before.
No, go to your drive and then resource.
Okay, what it says?
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Yeah. And then choose it.
What? Oh, I did. Because when I did, yeah, no. I
Yes, got it. Thank you. Okay, so why I'm not getting kicked out is because I'm in demo.classflow.com, so my own tenant, right? You guys are on the free site, so something's going on. Anyway, I got the arrow message. I'm going to make sure that I get it in. And it worked, right?
Now, do I add a copy to my drive?
Did everybody go to the new lesson first?
Yeah, I made him go to create new lesson, right?
And not the resource first.
Right.
Oh.
Is that what you're doing? No, I think that,
No.
yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
create a
we
new
skipped
lesson
that
first.
because we were all trying to
Yeah.
get in.
Oh, okay, let's go back.
I got you down.
Go to
No,
creation.
she got kicked back, yeah.
I got kicked out both ways.
So, yeah, new lesson.
I did new lesson.
Yep, and we did up here, we didn't put a template in, we just canceled it. The minute that we went to this folder, right, and we chose,
I had to go back. Oh, you want to go up to that folder? That's the folder.
yeah, and we chose a resource, it was kicking them out. This one, presenters.
When you say this folder, which folder are you talking about?
Right here, this little guy here,
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing.
and then insert. Okay, I've got it. I'm gonna report there's something going on this site, on the classflow.com site.
First go to Drive,
Because mine went in,
and then
No
resource
longer logged
pack.
in, please sign back in.
Yeah, I got it, got the error message.
yeah,
I don't know if this one do on an Android.
go to Drive.
Oh,
Up at the
it's
top.
green there. I was gonna get another shot.
All
All right,
Drive.
so there's something going on with the ClassFlow site, so you guys just watch me quickly. And you probably won't go here at the beginning of the year anyway. I want to make sure that I show you how it works in Active Inspire, okay? Because that's gonna be the important piece, where you guys want to start off with. Here, when I open up a lesson, it will always give me what we call a section card. That's like the title page, okay? No, you can't go in. See, anytime on those cards, I've got a little settings menu, and that's where I can go in and I can rename this, okay? So, class, flow. Now, if I want to change that background, I can hit change background. Change background gives me my files. Upload a new resource, those are your files. So if I wanted to go in and I hit upload, see how it takes me to my files? And I can go on my files and hit open and it will put it in my drive for me. Okay? So here, if I want to use Promethean's backgrounds, you can see I could go to the resource pack, and this is what we were trying to do, and you guys were getting kicked out. These resources, I've got some resources that are backgrounds, and I could choose all types of backgrounds. Now, before I put it on my card, there's this little information symbol. It's going to actually let me look at what that background is before I select it. And when I hit select, then it's going to load it on my page. Okay? Now, that is my title page. Now to make different cards. To make different cards, I just click on the last card I was at, and I say add a card. Now I can type, so there's my text box, looks just like Active Inspire. This looks just like what? Windows, right? So I can type, and then if I wanted to add an image on it, I toggle over to that folder, and that's where, and watch this. If I want a video, if I want an image, or if I want a web page, I never leave ClassFlow. I can go here, Bing, or YouTube videos. I can go in here and I can search, let's do frogs.
Pops it right into your card.
So you see, this is where all of mine, it does pop it right in there. I can watch my video beforehand, if it would allow me. Go ahead and I can insert it right onto my flip chart page, if I was logged in like you guys. So that's how I got my websites, that's how I got all my images. I just searched Virginia Declaration of Rights and got all these things to choose from, and I put it right there on that card. To make a student card, right here at the bottom, I open this up, and this is my student's card. So if I wanted to type directions, I just click on it, hit the T, and there's my learning objective. If I wanted that student to have the same teacher card as the student and teacher card to be the same, I just duplicate it, So I duplicate that card, and I drag it right up there, and now it's a student card. So when I get to that teacher card, it automatically sends it to that student's device. So that's how that was done. Yes, ma'am?
So if we were gonna do, let's say, like a multiple choice question
Mhm.
on just the student card, how do you insert that at this point? Or do you have to wait until you're actually presenting?
So I wanted, okay, so let me see if I got it right. So on the teacher card,
No, even just on the student card, I wanna say, okay, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D
Yeah.
is 5.
so here, I just type it on my student card, so I'm gonna add a card. Then I go over here and click, you know, where the plus is, and then I type that right there on the student
You
card.
just type it in like a
Mhm.
regular text box.
Yeah,
And
right
then when
here.
you're presenting, you choose
The,
the AB, so that they
ABC,
get it
yeah.
the way that you
Yeah.
want them to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
I just tried something else to see if it would work.
okay,
I went in using Google Chrome instead of our Internet Explorer, and it is not kicking me out.
alright.
So it's Chrome.
No,
Use
Chrome.
Chrome.
No, you need
I'm
Chrome.
using Chrome.
So if you guys wanna log in, you can try it in
Now, I
Chrome.
went in and.
Okay, I didn't
Shield.
realize. Now, okay, that, and thank you, cause that even narrows it down even more.
So Microsoft Windows.
The arrow is Explore, okay, the arrow, okay, Explore.
Better check it.
Yeah, check that out for me, a couple of you, and make sure.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Good, I'm glad you tried that, because the more information we have, we can track exactly where it's at.
See, it's letting me. go
And it's
in.
letting you do it, okay, perfect.
Yep.
I got
Were you in Chrome?
No.
You were in Explorer,
Right.
and it was working.
I put the picture, I have the picture in.
Yeah, okay,
It lets
and it
you
didn't
do
kick
that.
you out, okay.
No.
I'm on an Android and I'm like locked up, but I didn't get
When
kicked
I'm on
out.
Chrome, it just.
It locked it out, okay.
Well, yeah,
It does.
there you go. It went up to the resources, but now it's just sitting there with a bubble.
Okay, yeah, something's going on with
It
those
only
resource
works for
packs.
me. Everything else is good. I got kicked out too.
Oh, okay, so it only worked for the images, but you got kicked out, okay, I'll report it.
And that's in Chrome?
All right.
Chrome.
So, remember that lesson, or remember that resource I just uploaded? It's my little doggies right here. So this is where it's gonna save it into your drive. I can go in here into my drive, and you notice I can also create new folders. So if Jackson Fred I wanted to put in my science folder, I could put them in my science folder, so everything isn't what? In a line in your, you know, not organized in your drive, okay? All right, so sorry that happened with the ClassFlow site. I will report it. But I want to show you how it works with Active Inspire, okay? Because we're getting down to, only got 25 minutes left with you. Now, start thinking of your flip charts, including your students in your flip charts, right? And they're going to be interacting with their device, right? So I'm going to pull up a flip chart lesson. And in Active Inspire, you guys are going to see your new update, 2.4 update. There's some new features I'm going to show you as well to 2.4. You now have a teacher lock.
And just so everybody knows, there was some concern about the YouTube videos, using Google Chrome, you can also insert the YouTube videos.
It's working, okay.
So,
And I guess because where I was at in the channel, why wasn't mine?
You were on,
Yeah, that's what I was
yes,
just
probably
looking
because you're on
for,
a
too.
different.
You're not on as a teacher.
Okay. It's recognizing me as a student.
like coaching,
Yeah.
instructional coaching.
That's what I think it is.
Because I know there's some things that I can't do on my iPad even that I do,
Looks like you fixed it.
but I can do on
Right.
the computer. Great, thanks. Give me one.
Did something right today.
All right, you ready to hear some updates with 2.4? This has been out since 1.8, but it's called a page extender. Any of you use the page extender? It actually, if I wanted to write a little bit below, right, my flip chart page, this extender, instead of turning the page, I could what? Add on. Now, it was having some issues in 1.8, so this has been updated and it's working beautifully. Now, the way to find your extender is under View, and then just select Page Extender. If you don't want it, just unselect it and it goes away. Okay? Another thing that they have really worked on, how many of you were using the equation editor? It was out since 1.8, but it was really acting funky, like it would just blink and it would take forever. So this is where, especially 4th and 5th, to making fractions, we know how hard that is, right? Because we got to draw a line, put our fractions, then group them all together. So under your tools, and under more tools, oh, I lost it. Sorry. Under insert, that's the next one. That's where you're going to find your equation editor. When I choose equation, you see the symbol it gives me? I just click anywhere on my flip chart page. And then here, if I want to do addition or whatever, I just click here and I put my addition problem in. And I hit OK, and it's going to pop it right onto my flip chart page. Now I stay in my equation editor until I select another tool. Fractions, you're going to find right here in the second icon. So you see your little fraction right here. So that's where I can go in and I could build my fractions as well. So no more of this straight line, grouping it all together. Really take advantage of using your equation editor. Isn't that cool? All right. The next thing is called the teacher lock. I typically, when I train, I show teachers how to actually use their Promethean board as a learning station. You can video record the steps, the kids can interact, groups of 4. Well, a lot of times, if this isn't a center you want to watch, right? They could click and really get into a lot of trouble, like this one, hitting annotate on desktop, and that's our love-hate tool, isn't it? Yeah. And then, where's my flip chart? Where's my flip chart? Well, teacher lock will actually lock down and gray out some of these tools that they could not accidentally get into and click on. Okay? So the teacher lock is under my tools. It's under more tools. And you see it there, teacher lock. The default password, and you can change it, but the Promethean default password is 1234. So you put that in. You got to know it to be able to change the password. So once I say OK, look at the tools that it grayed out. So that way they don't accidentally what? And then it's more user-friendly when they're up here and you're turning this into a learning station as well. Okay? All right, so to get back to teacher mode, you still go back to your tools, the more tools, teacher lock, and you put the password in again. and then it brings it right back. Okay? Now, the next new thing is our class flow. And that is our class flow connect up here. So I asked Linda for you guys to sign up for class flow, and when you signed up for class flow, it's going to give you a teacher code. Now don't go there yet, because I want you to quickly be my students, and then I'm going to have you sign in Active Inspire so you can see what your code is. Okay? As a teacher, you're going to watch, and then you're going to be my student. Okay? So as a teacher, I'm going to go to my voting browser. Okay? Or I can just hit the tab class flow. Okay? Or I can find it in my voting browser and I hit the clipboard and sign in from there. So either way, okay? So what I'm going to put in is what you signed up for with class flow. Okay?
Did you mean to put a comma there
Oh, did I?
in between your names?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm in the dark.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Aren't we all? I guess we are. It's these aging eyes. And then I'm going to sign in. All right, so you guys, it tells the students what to do. So I want you to go to classflow.com/student. I want you to see what your students are going to actually see, okay?
So get out of Active Inspire.
You can minimize Active Inspire. Just go to a browser. Explorer's fine if you want to try it. So it is www.classflow.com/student. So not the demo one. This is where your students are going to actually go. Okay? And my class code is 4 2s and a Z. I was an early adopter, so I got a good, nice code. I can't wait for you guys to see yours.
So do we put that
You
in?
say /student, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, and that's where you go. Then put that code in, 222Z. Whoever gets up first is the winner.
I don't see my name.
Oh, now you just enter your name. I didn't make a, just put your name in and then send.
Join anyway. Yeah, I'm in it. Yes, I just put my initials.
Because you should see a bar where you go in and put your name.
No, yeah, that's the name I put in.
Can you see your name?
No.
You got it, you're good. So now all you have to do is put your name in. And then it will give you to join. Yes, no, join. You guys are joining my class right now. Not your own, my class. Good? Good?
Do we type your name?
Yeah, just type your name and then join. Now, here is where with your students, and I want you to think in Active Inspire, you cannot set up a class, okay? So if you want them to put in just a number so they don't mess up a number, and again, I would bookmark that site, right? Where it takes them right there to where they've got to join, put in the code, And then the code, if you want your student 1, they could put in just 1, or if you want their name, that's where they could, what did it do to you? Because you should have the pretty picture. All right, so you noticed here, this is good. When I see students, what? Right here, this is good. If I see this, a student, Linda tells me, well, my name's not up here, but I have the pretty pictures, right? That's not good. Tell them to go up to that browser window and sign out and then sign back in. Now, some of us were getting, when we signed in, just my class. Again, just sign out, sign back in, or refresh. Okay? All right, this looks good. So now how does this work in Active Inspire? Okay? I signed up for ClassFlow, I got a code, my kids joined. Somebody's got a duplicate name, which is undefined, which means they didn't put in a name. So, okay. You may have to see the red up here. So somebody put in 2, they didn't put a name in. So if you don't see your name up there, but you see a pretty picture, sign out for me.
Can you take a person out of there as a teacher and you delete someone?
I can't from there. You would have to go over to their device and sign them out. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the steps was, I click here on ClassFlow. Thank you, I'm out of red, so you guys did it. I'm here, I'm good. So somebody keeps not putting their name.
I put my name in, it's just.
It's taking it out, yeah, she's typing it out.
It's taking it out? All right, you hold on just there, and then at the end, I'm gonna troubleshoot that. Okay, all right, so here when I hit